What if I told you that the path to becoming a millionaire might already be sitting in your pocket, but you've never looked at it the right way? And what if I also told you that by using just one simple habit, something almost anyone can do, you could turn a small amount of money, like $100 a month, into more than $1.3 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's not magic. It's not a trick. It's not luck. It's math, discipline, and the power of something most people never take seriously enough: the S&P 500.
Hi there. Before we dive in, please take a moment to read the full disclaimer on the screen.
Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at money the same way again. In fact, you might even get a little upset that no one explained this to you earlier. And if you stick around until the final minute, you'll understand exactly how ordinary people, not geniuses, not millionaires, not Wall Street insiders, turn tiny amounts of money into life-changing wealth. So let's start with a simple question. What if every dollar you spend today has a hidden superpower you've never unlocked? Drop your answers in the comments. Does money feel like a tool for you right now, or more like a stress? I'd love to know your honest thoughts. All right, let's get into it. Most people think becoming a millionaire requires a huge income, a lottery win, or some miracle business idea. But one of the most powerful wealth-building tools ever created has been sitting in plain sight for decades: the S&P 500 index. It represents 500 of the most important companies in the United States, companies that millions of people use every single day: Apple, Amazon, Google, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Nike, and so many more. By investing in the S&P 500, you're basically buying a tiny piece of all of them at the same time. Here's the crazy part. Over the last 90-plus years, the S&P 500 has returned an average of about 10% per year. That's not a guess. That's history. And when you consistently invest money into it, even small amounts, something amazing happens behind the scenes: compounding. This is the force that turns small contributions into massive results. Let's break it down in a way that's super easy to understand. Imagine planting a seed. You water it, you take care of it, and over time it grows into a tree. But here's the twist. The tree drops seeds that grow into more trees, and those trees drop seeds that grow into even more. Suddenly, what started as one little seed becomes an entire forest. That's exactly what compounding does to your money. Now, here's where things get exciting. If you invest just $100 a month, that's about the cost of a few takeout meals, and you put it into an S&P 500 index fund earning around 10% a year over a long period of time, you don't just build a little savings account. You build a fortune worth over $1.3 million. Let's pause for a second. Think about that. $100, not $1,000, not $10,000, just $100 a month. What would you do with $1.3 million? Would you travel the world, retire early, buy your dream home, help your family, build something meaningful? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what your dream number means to you. But maybe you're thinking, sure, that sounds nice, but how is that even possible? So let's walk through the math step by step. You invest $100 every month for 40 years. That adds up to $48,000 total out of your pocket. But because of compounding at around 10% a year, that $48,000 transforms into over $1.3 million. Most of that money, the huge majority, is growth, not your contributions. It's your money earning money. That earns more money. That earns even more money. It's a snowball rolling down a mountain, getting bigger the longer it rolls. And here's something even more mind-blowing. If you wait just one extra year before you start investing, that delay can cost you tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost growth. Think about how powerful that is. Waiting doesn't just cost you time, it costs you opportunity. Now, you might be wondering, okay, that's impressive, but why the S&P 500 specifically? Great question. The S&P 500 has two big advantages. First, it spreads your investment across 500 different companies. That means you're not depending on only one company to win. If one company goes down, others go up. Second, it grows with the economy. As businesses grow, innovate, and expand, the index goes up over time. Sure, some years are bad. Recessions happen, markets fall. But historically, even after big crashes, the S&P 500 has recovered and reached new highs. Over long periods, it has consistently rewarded patient investors. So the real secret isn't picking the right stock, it's picking the right habit. And that habit is simple. Invest a small amount every month automatically without trying to time the market. Because timing the market perfectly is almost impossible, even for professionals. But staying in the market? That's where the magic happens. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself you'll start saving next month? Or when things calm down? Or when I make more money? Be honest. Drop your answer in the comments. No judgment here, we've all done it. But looking at the numbers, the people who start early, even with small amounts, end up far ahead of people who wait for the perfect moment. Now let's get practical. What would happen if instead of $100 a month, you invested $200? Your results don't just double, they accelerate. $200 a month becomes more than $2.6 million over 40 years. And if you invested $300, you're now looking at nearly $4 million. This is why compounding is often called the most powerful force in finance. But here's the twist. Even though this is simple, most people won't do it. Why? Because it requires patience, discipline, consistency, and those things are hard. But the people who do them, they change their entire financial future. And you know what's interesting? Wealthy people don't rely on luck. They rely on systems. Automatic investing, long-term thinking, calmness during market drops. They understand that time in the market beats timing the market. So let me ask you something important. Do you want to let money control your life, or do you want to take control of your money? Think about it. Your answer matters. Type it in the comments. I want to hear your perspective. Now, let's talk about the emotional side of this, because money isn't just numbers. It's stability. It's freedom. It's peace of mind. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your investments make more money while you sleep than you used to make in a whole week at your job. Imagine knowing your future is secure, no matter what happens with the economy, your job, or unexpected expenses. Here's something else most people don't realize. Investing isn't just for rich people. It's how people become rich. Even if you can only start with $25 a month, start. Every dollar gets you closer to the version of yourself you want to become. Think about the people in your life. A friend, a parent, a coworker. Would their life be different if someone had taught them this early? Would they have less stress, more freedom, a better retirement? It's crazy how much impact one small habit can have over a lifetime. And if you're still watching right now, that already tells me something important. You're serious about improving your financial future. You're curious, you're motivated, you're willing to learn. And honestly, that's the biggest step most people never take. Before we go further, if you're getting value out of this and you want more videos that break down financial freedom in a simple, real, no-nonsense way, take a second and like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Also, answer this in the comments. What's stopping you from investing right now? Fear? Confusion? Not sure where to start? Your answer might help someone else who feels the same way. Now let me give you a perspective shift that might change how you think about money forever. Most people say, I can't invest because money is tight. But here's the real mindset shift. You don't invest because you're rich. You become rich because you invest. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and where you put it. Every wealthy person you've ever heard of understands this, and now you understand it too. But here's another question to really make you think. If you knew that every $100 you invested today would turn into over $2,700 in the future, would you still spend that $100 on something forgettable? Or would you invest it instead? Let me know your honest take in the comments. I'm really curious how you see it. And here's something else. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to invest every month without fail. Life happens, emergencies, job changes, ups and downs. But even if you miss a few months along the way, as long as you stay consistent overall, the results will still be massive. Imagine your future self looking back at you today and saying, "Thank you. Thank you for starting when it felt like you didn't have enough. Thank you for believing in your future." That's the moment you're creating right now. So let's recap the simple formula that turns $100 into more than $1.3 million. Invest consistently. Invest automatically. Invest long-term. Invest in the S&P 500. And let compounding do the heavy lifting for you. That's it. No complicated stock picking. No timing the market. No staring at charts. Just a simple habit that transforms small amounts into life-changing wealth. If you learned something powerful today, if this opened your eyes or made you rethink your financial future, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And drop a comment answering this final question. What's one financial goal you would love to achieve in your lifetime? Your answer might inspire someone else to start their journey too. And remember, the best time to start was years ago. The second best time is right now.